Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of boards, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patron D&D, where patrons and I get together to play Dungeons and Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables. These Patron D&D games are not live-streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my channel, read recaps at roguewatson.com, and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our Discord server with invite link in the description below. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Welcome to Chapter 3, Episode 2 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session, I am joined by patrons Brandon, playing Bahn Mi, the Kobold Bard College of Whispers.
Hello.
Corey, playing Lucian Drago, the dhampir clockwork soul sorcerer.
Hello.
Dory, playing Io, the gearforged Circle of the Moon druid.
Hello.
Genocider, playing Kovac, the ratfolk Dawnblade rogue.
Hello.
John, playing Torben, the bearfolk ancestral guardian barbarian.
Hello.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls. After a week of downtime in Jost, the adventurers were called to service once again. The creed of all flesh, a cannibalistic cult sanctioned by the Ghoul Imperium, was spreading amongst the Reaver dwarves of Wolfheim in the northern lands, confirming the information found in Vukas' letter from Castle Orzelberg. High Priestess Yogoda is also concerned about the mention of a wedding ceremony. She feared ill omens coming from the north and asked our heroes to investigate. To aid them, she offered the services of a longship and a dependable captain. She also mentioned the Huldra, the trollkin shield maidens of Huldramos. They are worshippers of Sif and have defended their lands from reavers, giants, and undead. Should the party need any help, they should seek them out, show them the holy robes as proof of their righteous cause. Halfway through the journey across the Niter Straits, the party's ship saw a Reaver ship hunting whales. Kovac and Io convinced the captain to intervene, and the party unleashed an awesome spectacle of spells, including Call Lightning, Fireball, Hypnotic Pattern, and a Vortex Warp coup de grace on the captain. The beleaguered Reavers turned tail and ran, and Io received a blessing from the whales that evening. Under cover of night, the party approached the sea cave Yogoda had pointed them out to, Reaver's Cave. 4 of them took to a rowboat, while Io wild-shaped into a crocodile. They successfully sneaked their way onto the nearby beach, finding a trio of dwarves cooking, roasting gibbets over a bonfire. The party ambushed and swiftly defeated the dwarves, confirming the remains as humanoid. And I believe Bahn stole the shadow of one of the dwarves using a particular set of skills.
The Mantle of Whispers.
Mantle of Whispers, thank you. So we are literally picking up pretty much seconds after that, with Rye having gone back to the boat and Torben has now come onto the beach.
Quick, we've got to get rid of the bodies.
Explain what that is first.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll address that later. No, it's if I'm not mistaken, it's something I've been practicing. I should be able to gain the likeness of one of them, and learn about what this whole thing is. It only will last for a short time, though, so we should probably figure out where we're going first. Are we going to take the boat further in?
People call me creepy.
I want to try to figure out how these dwarves got here.
Yeah, is there any footprints
Give
leading
me,
from?
yeah, give me investigation, or perception, or survival, if you can describe what you're, I guess, looking for.
I'll let you
I'm
do
going to
it.
look for
I was
secret
talking to.
entrance.
Okay, you want to, let's do investigation. You can try to see where their tracks are. Because, yeah, one interesting thing about this is, the cave you are going to clearly is to the north. You can see where the kind of water continues into a dark recess. You don't see any kind of little boat, dinghy, rowboat, anything out here on this beach, and it appears to be kind of isolated. Yeah. 24 is pretty schmancy. Kovac, you start while everybody else is in awe or shock of what Bahn has been doing. Kovac is eyes on the ground, trying to look at all the patterns of the footprints and the way the bonfire has been set up. And you note in particular there appears to be a lot of foot traffic around this part of the cave. And as you can kind of trace the path over, you note that there appears to be a kind of a false section of the rock that you could maybe stick your hand up into. And the whole area seems to have kind of a little bit of a seam in kind of an arch pattern.
And I'll kind of just, hey guys, and I'll stick my hand in the hole.
Okay, you do that, and you feel like there's some kind of mechanism in there that you could grab onto and pull down.
Okay, I guess I'll wait and see if the other people want to come or.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Can Bahn have, once he was finished, can Bahn have like tried to? Actually, Bahn wouldn't have been able to do it. He's not strong enough. I was gonna say drag the bodies on the fire, but yeah, I don't think he would have been strong enough. So.
Oh, I probably would have been doing that when you said it the first time.
Okay.
And I put them in my chompers and drag them over.
Fling them onto it.
A fitting end for the cannibals.
You want me first?
Well, now might be the right time then for me to try donning this disguise. And with that, I'll go ahead and use my action. And you guys watch as I appear now like a Reaver dwarf instead.
Okay. It's probably unsettling for all of you to see this, but he just kind of... What does it look like when you activate this ability?
The shift?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the shadow just kind of like comes over and like slowly, like maybe not quite like Venom symbiote quite, but like the way that it comes from over the shoulder and then just kind of wraps around his
like
face.
Maybe like Mystique shape-shifting, kind of like in the X-Men film. Yeah, it's kind of a rippling on the skin effect. I always thought that was pretty neat looking, yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. All right. And you probably actually grow in size, maybe just slightly, but it's mostly just on top of you. There you go. Thank you.
So I use the shadow as an action. It vanishes, transforming me into the disguise that appears on me. I look like the person, healthy and alive, and it lasts for an hour. Just a reminder, in this disguise, I know all the information the humanoid would freely share with a casual acquaintance, so information that includes details on my background and personal life, but it doesn't include secrets. It's enough I can pass myself off as this person, which I'm still not brave enough to try an accent yet, but Erickson is going to be the name of the Reaver dwarf I'm taking over.
Okay. So you gain access to all information the humanoid would freely share with a casual acquaintance. I feel like the Reaper dwarves don't have a lot of casual acquaintance. They've got their work associates are basically all these guys, I guess.
I guess what my initial thought would this give me any information onto where this path that Kovac has found might lead?
I think that's fair. General details of background and personal life doesn't include secrets. So you wouldn't necessarily know the deep, dark secrets of this particular dwarf, but I think you would know the things that they would share with each other, which would be that you immediately get flashes of images of just a montage of this Reaver dwarf's just surface level life, raiding ships and cooking people, I guess, are really the main things. Riding these giant. Do what?
His wife and kids.
Yeah, yeah, loving family, the whole thing. It's just like so much family. It's given money to orphanages. All this. And you recall a general layout of this cave system, which is not very large. And there's this little, sure enough, secret kind of door tunnel system right here, which would lead to the more private quarters of the leader of the your particular clan, whose name is Skior Skull Splitter, and he has done really well for all of you. He absolutely commands your respect. And has you've all fallen in together with this creed of all flesh, and you've really kind of ascribed by its creed, and you feel that you love what you love what you do. You love being a rowdy kind of pirate bandit, and you think that by furthering along this path of cannibalism and trying to get in with the good graces of the Ghoul Imperium, then you could achieve immortality and do this forever.
Okay.
And then the cave system. It's got.
And how is that different than Bahn? Like, where's the separation? Other than the cannibal part, maybe.
Yeah. Bahn might go lich instead of ghoul. I feel like that'd probably be that'd be the only sidestep. But you feel like this cave system. You've got the private quarters where Skior would kind of elevate himself, and again, he's got the respect of everybody. You're not only are you, I don't say scared, but intimidated by Skior.
Sure. Yeah.
You are also legitimately intimidated by his giant boar. You know that most Reaver dwarves have their own boars, and they can grow to be unusual sizes. And despite raiding a lot on the sea, they do raid on land as well, and they ride these giant boars into battle. And Skior specifically, ever since taking up this creed of all flesh mantle, has been delving into some dark arts, and particularly his boar has taken on a frightening countenance that you're not sure it's even still wholly alive anymore. Like, it is a fearsome creature, and you don't even you're a badass, but this thing kind of unnerves you. There's still a couple of you. Your whole war band is at least half a dozen strong, and the whole cave system really only consists of Skior's private quarters, and then just kind of a large mess hall where everybody sleeps and eats and hangs out and stuff.
Okay. Well, it looks like we are going to be up against some of the most difficult ones first. We probably already dealt with, and then after that, it looks like we might deal with a skull splitter and his dangerous boar. The boar, to my recollection, I'm not sure which it is at this point, is probably not even. It's like a zombie. And then he just looks there with everybody just staring at him.
It's just like slack-jawed.
Awesome accent, by the way.
Yeah,
that was good. Eric, can you switch me back? I want to drop form, but it's not letting me use the thing yet. It's saying I'm already in standard form.
Let's see if. Oh no, doesn't work for me either. This was working before. What happened? Let me try and grab. All right, try clicking on this token and seeing if that one. Okay, that part worked.
I'm good.
Okay.
I think it's because it was the croc from last time. So
Okay. So
we're good.
I'll just delete that one. Okay.
Perfect.
Yep. So yeah, we're using a new courtesy of Dory putting together a very nice video explaining how it works. I appreciate that, using a new wild shape macro system, which looked pretty spiffy.
So I might be able to pass myself off as Erickson for a little bit, but we don't have long, so let's not wait. I'm very hungry, though, for some reason. It smells delicious.
Taste for man flesh.
We're just gonna kill all these guys anyway, right?
Do we need information from them?
No.
So wait, let me see. You're getting their memories?
It seems to be like some of them are. It's like a dream.
He's a witch. Burn.
It's hard to separate. I don't remember having a wife, but it seems like now I have one.
We gotta kill her too.
She also seems to eat people now.
It's how we met. It's a funny story, actually.
There's a barbecue.
We brought the dish to pass.
Is this the back door then?
Do I know that answer?
Kind of, yes. This is, yes. You think there's a bigger entrance where the raiders would actually dock their ship in the cave itself, and then there's a big, I would say formal entrance. It's a cave, but like one that's made to be more of the coming and goings. And this beach one is more kind of for maybe defensive purposes, or like in this case where they just wanted to go out and have a bonfire or something, and there's just a quick access in and out of the tunnel here. But yes, there's actually a formal bigger entrance further inside the water access of the cave.
And you said this basically has to score Skull Splitter's like private quarters, right?
Yes. Yeah. His rank as the leader would be the only one that gets kind of a separate area of the cave above the others.
It looks like we could skip straight to the boss if he's there.
Yeah, why don't you go first?
And because I have the memory of how this works, I'll reach in and pull the lever.
Yep. You do that, and you remember there's no traps or anything. They don't really anticipate anybody, being able to figure this out or make it this far. And you hear a kind of clink sound, and then and then the whole wall just kind of slides into a recess into the cave wall, and creates and you can see a dark with natural stairs leading up, and I believe you can see light. I guess you have probably dark vision
like
anyway.
Coming from up here.
Yeah, you can tell there's some kind of you can see a little bit of light kind of dancing along the wall to where there's clearly a light source further inside.
I'll turn back and say, Lucian, can you grab me one of the axes?
Sure. It is still you, Bahn, right?
We'll find out. And he'll take it and he'll start walking in.
All right.
I can bring up the rear.
Yeah, I like that there was no plan. He's like, give me an axe, I'm gonna walk in.
Yes.
Now, remember,
Bye.
you guys still have the telepathic
Oh, yeah.
earpieces, you all can speak to each other technically. So feel free to use that if you wish.
So yeah, Erickson will just walk straight up the stairs like he's done it multiple times before.
Sure.
And then just as he gets to like that crest, he'll kind of like put his hand behind him for a second, just to, like hold up, and because he doesn't know what's going to happen next, so he's just going to walk in and see what happens.
To one side of the cave, furs lie in a heap between an iron-bound chest and a small fire. A large pile of dried kelp covered in coarse hair sits against the opposite wall. You can see a tunnel stretching further to the northeast, and in the corner, a white-furred giant boar bears painted runes drawn in blood all over its body. And it's kind of snoring peacefully, but it kind of opens its eyes lazily and looks at you, and it doesn't like freak out or anything, but you can tell it's just suddenly aware of you. And when you look at it, you kind of blink for a second because it almost looks like it shimmers.
Oh man.
And kind of over by the chest area and looking over at you is a older but very much Reaver dwarf.
Okay.
Who full armored, already got his axe and shield in hand, just never seems to be very far from it, and looks up and says,
"Well, is the feast done yet?"
We've had trouble with the fire. It's not stoked properly. It's going to take another 30 minutes.
Hungry, Erickson.
Yeah, I've got Bjorn on it right now. I was coming to get something from my quarters. Do I know this isn't score, right?
This is score. Yes, this is score.
score?
Yes.
Okay.
You recognize your skull splitter right here, and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And this,
At which point he'll end with, as long as that's okay with you.
mm-hmm. He roll a deception check with advantage.
For sure. I get to add 5 to whatever this roll is. Too. Deception check.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage. And submit will be a 36.
Oh my god. Ding, 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 ding. Look at that. That's a nat 20 on the advantage. He has a plus 11, and you get another plus 5 for using the mantle. Is that how it works?
Yeah, Mantle of Whispers, yep.
That was quite the flex. You see Skjor visibly like shrug, and just says,
Fine, hurry up.
and even the giant boar in the corner just kind of gives off a few warning snorts, and then just kind of sniffs the air a few times. But you think instead of you, it might be sniffing like the smell of the cooked meat that is wafting in.
Yeah.
And just kind of starts, licking its lips a little bit. But otherwise stays in the corner and just kind of watches you, but doesn't make any moves or anything.
So he'll kind of like look over his shoulder and he'll think while he like touches the thing on his chest. So it looks like he's just probably grabbing like his Reaver chest or something. And he'll just think, I wouldn't come any further. he's still gonna have the give me just a minute or two. Back out to the outside. I'll be right back.
Does he have to think like that this guy is also? Is that just
that's just what Bahn's doing right now?
It's a character actor.
fully embodying?
Yep. Method actor.
You're a method actor.
Oh.
He'll just continue to kind of walk past them,
Okay.
and then like I imagine that this is like, I know that I rolled really well, but like I imagine like Chevy Chase or something, or like Steve I can't think of what his name is from The
Martin?
Office.
Martin?
Just somebody,
Carell.
even Steve
Oh.
Martin, yeah, Steve Carell, and just like them walking in and just like waving, like awkward, like
Yeah. Conspicuous, and yet everybody's still like, whatever.
yeah, you're correct. Yeah. And wherever I think like any of my personal stuff might be,
I
just
think
wanna
you would know. Yeah, as part of your surface memories, you would know you have a kind of general area. Sure.
head back to that section.
Sure. I can read you the description of this room. A fire burns in a niche against the north wall of this cave beneath a natural chimney. Bedrolls and furs sit in piles along the wall between the northwestern entrance and the fire. To the southeast are a pair of trestle tables, their tops covered with drinking horns and flags, flanked by long split log benches. A pair of long troughs, their edges stained red, sit against the southwest wall. Actually, it's southeast wall, I think, by this. Spots of crimson puddle beneath the troughs and fleck the wall behind. And then you just came from the tunnel in the south.
So I think in your guys' head, you hear Bahn like gagging a little bit.
Yeah. There's some rancid smells. And you do see, so there's a pair of giant boars who
Yep.
have their, like their muzzles are red and the troughs are just bloody. And then a pair of other Reaver dwarves, looking very similar to the ones that you fought outside, are at the table, just kind of like, nursing mugs of ale and look like they're, they just awaiting food.
Yeah. And then I'll kind of like quicken my pace or whatever. Is this like the place where my personal belongings would be, like in one of the crates or something?
Probably in one of these, like piles
Bundles?
of,
Yeah.
bundles areas. Yeah.
So I'll just rummage through and I'll just grab the very first thing that I find. And then maybe like a small pocket knife or something.
Okay.
And I'll start coming back. And I'll make my way back to the group directly.
Yeah, and then the north is where you saw the much wider natural cave stairs leading down into what looked
Like the ship.
and smelled like a inner dock area inside of the cave. Had that very like watery, humid, dank smell of being inside of a place that's wet, essentially.
Wet cave.
Wet
yeah.
cave smell. Yeah, it can be wet cave.
Okay. So I'll come around the corner. You guys will see me, and I think Torben probably doesn't immediately recognize Bahn, and I'll quickly think, it's me. Don't attack me.
Yeah, it was definitely like, on guard there. So, yeah.
And when we get back outside, I'll just try to debrief everybody. So the big boss is in the room next to us. The problem is that he's got the really scary looking boar, like way worse than this one that we've already attacked. And then from there, there's two more boars that we'll have to fight with two other Reaver dwarves. I'd probably say that we should split them off somehow. I don't know the best way to do it yet, but there's tables that we might be able to flip over the entrance and then deal with one problem at a time.
Seal them in.
Is there like a room service tray down here, or like how are we supposed to get the? How are they supposed to get this meat up?
Oh wait, maybe we can get him. Oh, sorry. Maybe we can get him to come down to the feast and tell him it's ready. I bought us about 30 minutes of time.
You saw that there were probably cutting board, like giant versions of cutting boards around that they were used to like pile up and get the meat onto, essentially.
It was disgusting. At that point, he'll kind of look to Kovac, Lucian, Torben, and Dory and just wait to see what they say.
You can either seal them off. Could we poison the meat somehow for them?
I'll immediately look to Kovac.
As we all do.
Does Kovac have any poison or anything?
No, I don't do it like that.
I thought somebody had poison.
Everybody turn out your pockets.
I think dwarves are hard to poison anyway.
Oh yeah.
That is a good point. You do recall dwarves have natural poison resistance.
So it does look like the meat's supposed to go to 2 large tables. They're expecting a feast, a banquet. So we might be able to have one big fight instead of multiple small ones. That's another solution. I could just pretend to be with him, and then wait when it's going through, and then you guys can just come in from behind. I'll try to draw the layout to the best of my ability.
Like in the sand right there.
Yeah, like so that they can see also. The boar was like a large creature. And then the picture of like I'll try to describe Score Skull Splitter to them. And then there was just all I saw was 2 more dwarves and then 2 more giant boars.
But the other giant boars look like the one we killed out here on the beach, yes?
Yes.
If you are maneuvered behind them when we rush in, could be very advantageous.
What if you try to get one or both of them to come down, say you need help bringing the food back up? Try to split them up that way.
Start with the normal ones, you think?
Yeah.
All right. I like the plan. I'll say that the other ones got drunk. Somebody give me a name for the other one. I made up Bjorn.
Then
You as part of
Sven?
your
Sven.
surface, yeah, you would know.
Okay, so Bjorn and Sven.
There you go.
But that's not stereotypical at
Yeah,
all,
this is the
the
John version.
So yeah, if you will permit me, I will go back up and then just kind of gruffly. Do you need me to go back up with my token?
No, you can describe it.
Okay. And I'll just to the other 2. I'll say Bjorn and Sven have gotten a little drunk. We think we need some help getting all the meat back up here. And I'll try to persuade them.
Yeah. Give me a persuasion. Vaughn is on his fucking game. Look at that. A nat 20 and then a 19. You can hear Skjor huff very loudly and just muttering about incompetence and yada yada yada. And he yells out for one of them.
Go on. Help him with it.
And you hear more muttering and complaints as you see one of the Reaver dwarves come walking out. Still has his weapons on him, but not drawn, obviously. And just comes walking out.
Says, what's the problem? We are hungry.
I'll try to shoot Dory, like to go. out
Yeah,
of line
assuming
of
everybody
sight,
wants to get,
basically.
kind of classic, like wall breach maneuver or something. Everybody's on the side of the wall.
And I'll just say, I can't get it all by myself. Here, come help me.
And as soon as he walks out, we're going to have to roll initiative, because obviously he's going to know something's up. But you all can have a surprise round, clearly. Oops, sorry. Let me get the thing going. There we go. Now, one thing you may be concerned about is the sounds that...
It's gonna vent right up the thing.
Yeah, but you do know that you could have the ability to close the door, but which might also be a little suspicious, so you're not sure. But for now...
Is the door noisy to open and close?
I mean, it's obviously going to make some sound, yeah. But this guy's going to probably make some sound as well as soon as it gets to be his turn. Torben, for some reason you're on here twice. Is that because we rolled it before? I don't know why it shows up as 18 and 5 for you. Does anybody else see that? Is that just me?
No,
It is not on ours.
Okay, which one do you see?
5.
5.
Okay. Alright. So, but as I mentioned, there's a surprise round, so all of you get to act, and he didn't roll very well on initiative anyway, so take it away. Kovac, you're first. And of course, his reaction immediately is to look around, see the bodies, see other things, and, you know, prepare to draw his weapons and shout.
Oh no!
I will try to close the door.
Okay. You can reach out and do that. I think that could be... We'll treat that as basically a bonus action, I think. Because it's a little more complicated than just closing a door. But I'm not gonna make it take a full action.
Interact with an object.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'll just try to stab him.
Yeah. So yeah, as the door's clear, you like reach in there, close it, door starts closing, he starts looking around, and then knife comes out.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a nasty fumble though. The nat 1. That you got a little off balance trying to close that door. All right, Lucian.
Come over here. That's a fire over there.
Is there only one?
Yeah, it is.
Yep, there's only one.
So,
Yeah,
oh,
only-
okay.
So, like he tried to get, the 2 in the room or whatever, but the score, the leader is the one who said one of them come help.
Yeah.
Okay.
He probably barked like, "Go help him," and then just somebody went up there because not both of them. They're kind of look at each other and be like, "You go, you go."
yeah.
I'll ray of frost that guy. With 11.
Yeah. 11 does not hit. It's teasing the crit. They have
5.
a little bit of armor. They're wearing.
Yeah.
I guess it's just hide armor, but yeah, it's some little bit of protection.
Watching Kovac try to close the door. And
Yeah. Our ambush is going swimmingly. Bahn,
what are you doing?
still at the moment disguised.
Bahn will. I think he'll. Well, I guess there's no reason not to do it. I don't. Okay, so I'll walk up and just stab him. So
The old standby.
my offhand is the one holding the axe, and I'll reach out and suddenly like he'll kind of reach by his hip. I don't know how that works exactly. Like I'm assuming that my rapier's like disguised in my stuff.
Yeah. It's probably like you're
so-
pulling your rapier out of your body or something.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Just it slides out and then stabs him.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let's find out.
I'll give you advantage because you are.
Oh yeah, wouldn't Kovac's attack have advantage if it was surprise? Maybe it doesn't work that way.
Um,
Does surprise give it advantage? I really don't
there
know.
wasn't any stealth checks involved, so I'm gonna say no at the
Okay.
moment. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are getting a surprise round though. But I'm gonna give you advantage because you are literally coming out of
I
a
look like-
disguise for. Yeah, and that is pretty shocking to him. He would not have his guard up for that.
16.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. I will use Psychic Blades. I'll have one left.
All right.
So 18 points of damage.
18 as you stab in there, and it hurts his brain.
And I think I can still sneer. Like, are we saying that my thing goes away? I think I still keep on my, like, disguise.
I have to read it again, but it sounds like it was on you until you got rid of it or an hour went by.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure.
It
like,
does say
wasn't-
that individual creatures can see through it if they make a insight check, I guess, but nothing about it
Yeah.
like it turns off or something. So
Okay. So the Erickson will sneer at him as well, which is a bonus action.
okay,
Did it work?
it casts twice though. Yeah,
I'll refund one of them.
yeah.
And he has to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save. Not very charismatic. Nope.
Okay. I think I need to refund that again. Not Psychic Blades. He'll take 5 points of psychic damage. I rolled a... No, plus 5.
2d. Take damage equal to
Plus my
2d4.
spellcasting ability modifier.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's not plugged in here.
Yeah. So 10 points of more psychic damage.
Wow. Was that always the case for Sneer? Oh, that's the first level ability. I'm thinking of Vicious Mockery, yeah.
Yeah. And that ends my turn.
Okay, that's a pretty big 1-2 punch where he's like kind of rocked backwards mentally and physically. Io, the Reaver dwarf, looks quite a bit injured after that assault.
Okay, I'm going to move my 30 feet to here. And then once I get in position, I'm going to shoot a thorn whip at him.
21 will hit.
And it does 8 piercing damage. I want to pull him 10 feet closer to me and away from the door.
Okay.
Nice.
Or maybe just, yeah, pull him right towards Torben. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yank him over.
And that is my turn.
All right, we're still on surprise round, so we go to Torben.
He's going to test out his new blade.
He is not a construct or undead. 20 does hit. Oof.
Whoa.
Yeah, the extra necrotic damage bites into him for 17 damage. Oh man, this guy is... You guys have done a lot of damage, and he is looking really bad now. He is bloodied up and worried.
All right, and we'll swing again.
25 well hits.
Oh,
Whoa! Literally, that is
Whoa.
absolute maximum damage you can do. Look at all these Garden of Sixes you have grown. Holy crap. 23 damage. That is an absolute, like, decapitation. Like, just, boom, just you take his head off. His head just rolls down, kind of into the water. And at the moment, all is still quiet. You guys did that in the span of, like, seconds. Shut the door and just murdered this guy. But you do know this would probably get pretty suspicious. It'd probably be weird that the door would close anyway, that you just said, hey, we need help getting the food in there.
Yeah.
Can someone look like him?
Like
we
with
can
the
send
disguise.
2 people in?
With the disguise thing.
Oh, with the brooch.
With what?
The mask charm.
Oh.
I need to share the handout.
Does that still require you to be sneaky? She looks at Kovac.
I don't think so, but I'll use it.
You might be able to get in good position.
Yeah.
So is there like flesh that we would carry in?
That's the disguise self. From what you understood, what you just said, that we'll be carrying in the cooked meat inside soon. Yeah, and you can see like
Those
there were
cooking before.
Yeah, the gibbets were full of like just mounds of what used to be a person that is now just cooked flesh.
All right. So can but I'm
This
really
is-
getting confused here, holding on to too many personalities. Can somebody be a little more specific with the goal here?
Well, if you 2 carry plates in of that stuff, and she points to the fire,
That stuff.
you 2
That stuff doing a lot of work in that phrase.
you 2 can get inside without suspicion. Put yourselves in position, and then, and she points to her head, call to us, and we will rush in.
Erickson shrugs.
Bahn is now gone.
Yep.
Roll up a new character.
Yeah.
He'll look back at Kovac. Do you see a problem with the plan? I'll do all the talking.
Okay.
He'll raise up his hands and he's like, oh, we've got this in the bag.
I mean, that was just one suggestion. I don't know. Does anybody have another idea?
No, I think that's good. We bring the meat. It'll kind of pull them all into that room, and then you guys can sneak up the tunnel behind. Hopefully, the boar goes in for the meat too.
Maybe we can drop some off first on the way to the tables.
Go in the corner.
So were there any carrying vessels already out here?
There were basically thick, like cutting board type
Like out here?
kitchenware.
Okay.
Yeah, because they would have to bring the meat in there, and they were probably working on. I think one of them was literally had some meat that they were chopping up and preparing.
I don't want to break immersion necessarily, but like the grossness of this conversation.
That's what's great about it. Everybody's talking about like we're gonna serve and just trying to like ignore the fact about what this.
So disgusting. Okay. Yeah, I'll. The thing is I'm not very strong still, so it's not like I can carry a whole bunch.
Right. You look strong. You look like a fucking like jack swole like Reaver dwarf badass, but inside it's just
this old decrepit
it's just
kobold.
for show.
Okay. I'll just try my best to pick one up. and say, "We'll give you the sign in a couple minutes." And if somebody could open up the door again, while there's a Reaver dwarf right on the other side of it.
No, yeah. For the moment, you guys have acted decently fast, and you feel like when the door opens again, you do hear Skjor shouting. He says,
What's the hold up? Why is it taking so long?
We're coming with the meat now.
and then he just starts sniffing the air.
What is his boar's name?
The boar. You try to remember that the boar had a name at one time, but ever since it kind of seemed to undergo this transformation, Skjor seems to refer to it as like the Unholy One or the Chosen or the Avatar, just like very creepy names.
Okay.
Just like, and you're not sure if it's real or just kind of adds to the mystique about it. But you think the boar once had like a normal boar ass name that they would give the boars, yeah. Okay. But lately it has not. Yeah.
Well, as Erickson walks past the boar, he'll say, "Is it all right if we give
you all in hushed whispers refer to it as the ghost boar?"
The ghost boar. Yeah, but we wouldn't say that to him.
No, that would be disrespectful.
Is it okay if we leave some here for your boar?
Is it okay? Let's try to keep it off of him. Verdazane's chosen must feast above all others.
That probably surprises him a little bit, and he'll take half of the tray that he's like struggling with, and like just let the meat fall onto the ground.
Yeah. The boar like stands up, and you get this like just wave of like unease, and once again you see it kind of like shimmer and blink as it even walks towards you, and just kind of lowers its massive head down with these large tusks.
What is Kovac's like impression of the boar now that he sees it? Is there any like, or does he not care? Does Kovac cool?
It's like an albino. It's just a giant boar, but it's albino with like red eyes, and it has like blood runes painted all over its body, and then it has this very disturbing like shimmering effect where it's almost like blinking out of existence.
I don't have any special way to like detect undead or anything, so if it doesn't seem like it's undead, obviously, then I'm just gonna like I'll stay away from it because it's fucking scary. But
okay, yeah, that was more my curiosity.
Are we creeping up the tunnel as you guys are going in to try to close the gap a little bit, maybe?
Waiting for the signal, which should be a mental signal. So,
right.
Did anybody say what the signal was going to be? The signal's when you hear Bahn screaming.
yeah. I was going to say,
Dory look like he's going to eat down in his room, or is he coming up to the main hall?
He at the moment you put some food down for the boar, and he is like watching the boar specifically. So even if he is going to eat with the others, it seems like he's going to stay here for the moment.
I like the idea, Dory, of Io like not trusting Bahn. Anyway, and like like still like questioning even more, like, hey, anyway, sorry, that was so yeah, I'll come over and slide the cutting board thing on top of the table.
Yeah. All right, you see go ahead.
I also don't want to try to have to move like 60 feet in one round when you guys like give us the cue. Because you told us how long this tunnel was, right? Until we were gonna emerge, or
I did my best to do like a rough sketch of the sections.
You
Okay.
would know that the boss chamber is just around the corner here, but it is a pretty big cavern, and then it's a little further down where the bigger room is, which contains essentially the rest of them. Although you guys just killed one of the dwarves out on the beach.
okay.
Yeah, so you lay down the meat, and then the only dwarf there now just kind of nods, although looks at the meat, and clearly you weren't really into the nice freshly sliced good chunks or anything. It's just kind of a mess of pile, and just kind of looks at you and glowers.
What is this? You call this a prepared feast?
If you don't like it, you can do it instead.
Erickson!
I'm not your mother.
Where are the others?
And then also gesturing over to the boars now both look at you and kind of very much acting like dogs, where everybody's eating except them, and they're expecting to be fed. And then they're looking at the meat and you expectantly. Yeah, and then meanwhile, the other three of you are back in the tunnel, kind of, you think you can peek around, yeah, and you can see essentially what I've been describing, which is this older battle-worn Reaver dwarf, and then this very frightening-looking giant boar who's now eating meat off the floor, and he's just kind of watching with a very odd intensity.
As the boars pace or move around, do they have any, do they make any steps toward the other boar chamber? Or do they stay away from Skewer's place?
No, they stay in here, and all their food troughs are in here too. So you think they're even kept separate?
Okay.
I'm gonna dump my tray in the boar's trough.
Okay. They eagerly go to town on the meat, and then you hear the other dwarf say,
Well, don't put all of it in there. What are you doing?
Bjorn's supposed to be bringing some more. Just hang on a second. Let me see if Score's going to join us. And I'll say, bringing out as much of my kobold, I can't think of the word for it, but appealing to a stronger, higher, better person or whatever. He'll still do it as Erickson when he comes up here, and he'll say, great one, if you don't mind, we would love for you to have a toast with us. If you would honor us with your presence.
roll a deception check with advantage. Or persuasion, I guess, if you are being persuaded. It's hard because you're technically deceiving the entire time.
Oh, yeah, I'm
even
fine
though
to
you're
do.
persuading on top of the deception. So
I'm fine to do it this way in case it doesn't go well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do deception.
technically everything you do right now is deception.
Yeah. Oh no, 15. So he gets to roll
Plus 5.
insight. Oh yeah,
You get
20.
the plus
Good call.
5.
You
Good
get
call.
the
Good
plus
call.
5,
Good call.
yeah. With a 20, he's only got one chance to see through that, I think. Not quite. So he nods.
Well, I guess that, and then should we also do the persuasion check, or do you want to run with it like that?
No, we'll run with that. I'm not going to make you do two on top,
Okay.
He kind of nods and starts walking towards the area. And he keeps on eyes. He's like, look how it feeds.
It is wonderful. It's so majestic the way that it just tears through all the meat.
Magnificent, isn't it?
And at that point, when he crests maybe this step as
Sure.
he comes down those steps, I'll kind of give the nod to Kovac. See if maybe whatever his response is to Erickson nodding.
I'll give the mental signal to the group, and I'll kind of try to walk past him like I'm going to get more meat, and then I'm gonna try to stab him.
All right. We will turn on some initiative.
The boar is still in the first room, though, right? The ghost boar?
Yes.
Yep.
At the moment.
My initiative rolls are horrible.
I don't know. You still smoked me.
Wait, mine are all over.
Oof.
Yeah. And a 5 the first one, too. All right. Well, I'd say this is definitely a surprise round. Once again, you guys pulled off a very fancy ambush. And so I don't forget, Bahn, you can definitely have inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
For the magnificent RP and accents. And then we are going to start with Kovac stabbing Skewer.
Do I need to steady aim, or do I have advantage?
I will give you. You are disguised, so you can definitely have advantage on this attack for sure. And of course, it is going to be a nat 20. Good night, Irene.
Nice.
Holy cow.
I'm going to pull out the calculator for that one. That's nuts. Holy crap.
It's almost 40, isn't it?
41.
41.
41 damage with one blow. My
Nice.
goodness, that was just an epic. You walk by and just boom. Also triggers 41. Massive damage, which I guess did we forget to do that last time? I think somebody might have gotten a crit last time. Or maybe we just got close. Or did you?
No, I didn't crit. It was the deception I critted on.
All right, con save, which is the DC is 10 or half the damage, which means the DC is 20 on this. Yes. All right, so Kovac, you get to roll on the massive damage table to see what additional. Oh, damn! And stunned him right in the fucking kidneys with that shot. Oh no, my
Beautiful.
boss! Oh, it was epic. Damn. All right, he is obviously viciously hit by that attack. He looks like he has earned his place as the chief of this particular small knit clan. He's obviously stronger and more powerful, but you dealt a just fucking horrendous blow with that hit. We're still on the surprise round, so we go to Lucian.
Oh boy. Difficult terrain to get through these?
No.
Two?
No, there's steps.
No,
To get through them, yes, I think so, to get past somebody.
Yeah, so 5.
As soon as you round the corner, you see the chamber that the boss was in, and the only thing right now is that this boar feasting on meat is now very much alert and looking around at foes.
20. I see nobody, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys have the shitty end of this.
Yeah, they left you with the demon boar.
Oh boy.
Oh
Yeah, I'll
yeah,
just,
even like just outside of your vision, basically, you can hear the sounds, and then you can see light coming further inside that room.
I don't want to block their way back either. So I'll just Ray of Frost this guy. Wait, what? I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Oh, 30 feet. So, no, Ray of Frost it is. 17.
Oh my gosh. Still teasing these crits. 17 will hit.
Just 14.
14,
Cool.
yeah, that's still good damage.
Yep.
When you shoot it with the cold damage, its bloody runes seem to glow, and you note that you do some damage to the creature, but it doesn't seem like it does as much as you were picturing.
Uh-oh. I don't know if that takes 10 feet off his movement or not, but so I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll back up there.
I'll just
That's
back
back.
up.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
All right, still on the surprise. We'll go to Io.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, so I can see what's happening. Okay, I'm going to, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to check my distance on my spell. 5, 10, 20 feet on that. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. Bear. We're gonna double bear. So let me do my wild shape, and then I'll bear. Oh shit. I can't get to him. Scratch that for a minute. Can't do it this round. I'm gonna have to I can't get to him, so I'm gonna have to thorn whip him this round. Sorry for all of that confusion. 20 to hit.
Yes, it will.
All right, and that's gonna be 6 piercing.
Okay.
And then that's my turn. I'm gonna have to just stay right there.
Bjorn whispers, or Torben whispers through the patch, or bullet closer.
Oh, yeah. Let's pull it closer.
Yeah,
I can pull it 10
It is
10 feet
large or
closer?
smaller. Yep, you can.
Yep. And then now is my bonus action. I can shift.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That is the end of my turn.
That's a good combo move. So you're just like, and then shapeshift into it. All right, Bahn, back in the big mess hall area.
I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern. It's a 30-foot cube. So I want to get this guy. I think it's right here, but I don't know. I guess direction's not a thing. It looks like if I put it there, the distance of the cube. I guess I need to draw a cube.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you draw a cube. Stop theory crafting our cube and make a cube.
Yeah. I want the back edge.
Cube.
And I'll probably move back That's a parallelogram a little bit. So I'll step back here and try to
Okay.
draw the cube over those 3 creatures.
Yeah.
They need to make a wisdom saving throw.
16.
Yes. Oh no.
Okay. The Reaver makes the save, but the 2 boars go slack-jawed, it looks like.
Okay. And I will be concentrating on that spell.
Yeah. Torben.
All right. All right. It is nice and close then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Torben is going to rush forward and definitely going to scream in rage as we run forward and swing that great sword.
22 will hit. And you can confirm that this creature is not undead. It's just very creepy. So it does seem to... The extra necrotic does seem to have an effect on it. Although, you note, even though it has an effect on it, maybe the necrotic doesn't do quite as much damage as your regular damage does. Although it's I guess it's a magic weapon too. 11, 12, 13... 14, no, resistance. All right, yeah, 11, 12, 13, so 14. The other does the same damage. When you do that, however,
Oh, cool.
when you make an attack, the Ghostborn can make a tusk attack against the creature. The Ghostborn will see the attacker be within 5 feet of it, so it just kind of screams out. And it sounds like a boar, but it's like a horror movie boar, and it sounds like it's like somebody's like raising and lowering the volume, like it's very creepy effect when it attacks you.
CRISPR said you couldn't do that.
No. I rolled a 1. It missed terribly.
It's great for us. We love that.
Yeah.
Apparently that shriek made Torben like jump back.
Out of the way.
Out of the way, yeah. I love when I hype an attack and it just like falls on his face too. Damn it, game.
All right, so Torben will swing once more then.
16 will hit.
Right.
Jeez, you're getting so much damage out of this thing. So the half necrotic is 2, 4, and 15 is 19 damage. Holy guacamole. This thing is still up, but it is looking really bad after all these hits it's taken. And reaction's only once. That's all I can do. Alright, so that, I believe, ends our surprise round. So now we've got our regular round, and we start with Kovac against a stunned Skewer Skull Splitter, which stunned means you have advantage.
All right, let's do it.
I would say 22 does hit. For 1 bazillion damage. 26. Is another vicious hit. Score is still conscious, but looking really fucked up.
Nope.
This one can act, finally. Starts screaming and shouting in rage. Says, attacked!
are being betrayed.
Lars, you must get them. We're under attack.
Sorcery!
And he goes reckless to gain advantage and just charges at you, Bahn, seeing as you wave your magic and stun the boars.
Right in front of him.
Yep, and wields a great axe, so gains advantage on this attack.
20 hits.
You know, I think I had problem rolling advantage last time. That actually seems familiar, doesn't it? And it's not working again. That's so bizarre. So I'm gonna give myself another roll since he did have advantage. Okay. My little toggle buttons are like not working anymore. That's not good. Okay. And this is also a problem last time.
That's right. Yeah.
That's fucked up. I never did solve it. Alright, 1d12 plus 3. You know, I could use the dice roller for this. Maybe I should play with that. How do I do that? 1d12. See if that looks more interesting. Not much. For 13 slashing damage.
That hurts. And I think I roll con with advantage.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I lose concentration on hypnotic pattern.
Ooh. The opening below. Yeah, the boars shake off their stunned.
They've possessed me. Don't hurt me.
Forced me into it. Yeah, and obviously, as he slices into you, he can clearly see like his axe isn't like connecting properly. Like something's fucked up there. Yeah. He doesn't quite know what's going on, but clearly he just some kind of magics. And in this universe, I mean, yeah, like you would just be like, okay, it's magic. Like it's like there's magic happening here clearly. Skjor just has to spend his turn being stunned, which feels bad for him. And we go to Lucian.
Yes, hearing Bahn's scream in my head. Things have changed, so I'm going to twin cast haste on Torben and Io.
Oh my god. Double barrel.
Yes.
Cocaine bears.
You
This
need-
yeah,
Part
that's
two.
exactly.
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh my goodness. This should just be the party's MO right here.
Yeah. Get to Bahn. They're in trouble in there. And I
Yeah.
will back up just a hair.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys to remember all the great things haste gives you. Oh yeah, it says there in the spell. +2 AC advantage on dex saves. Additional action on each turn. At least to take one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. Alright, we've got a boar that is no longer under hypnotic pattern. And the boars are not wild. They are battle trained. They work in tandem with the dwarves, so they know how to maximize space and how to charge somebody down and rip them up. And immediately this dwarf is just screaming at the boars and pointing, and they don't hesitate for that. So this one will take a step back as it does the classic like bull, like, and runs at you, Bahn, with a charge. Well, maybe there. I should have rolled the attack first before it did that. Hit it with a tusk attack. So let's see if it hits you with the tusk attack first. 24. Almost a crit on that one. 14 slashing plus 6 slashing damage from the charge. And then you just strength. Okay, or you'll go down. And I would assume going unconscious would have the scroll effect of the form dropping.
I don't know. I am fine with that.
Yeah. Io Bear hasted.
All right. Hasted Io Bear is going to rush into the other room.
Oh.
So I I have 80 feet of movement
Good lord.
now. So this is 30, and then I have no idea what I see further up. It's all black.
It is. You know what? This hallway is not very well lit. You can see immediately in front of you. You can tell that there's stairs going down. You can see light on the other end, but it's. You imagine the dwarves must have dark vision and just never think to make light. All the light in here you've seen is from like heat sources, essentially, not used as light sources.
Okay.
You can see immediately in front of you, though, which, and then you can smell, a lot of things at the end of these stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna go because I know they're in trouble in there. So I don't know movement wise. So that's 30. 40,
So thematically you charge, and then you kind of have to
50,
slow down a
60,
little bit,
tiptoe,
go down
like
the stairs.
Like the bear wearing the tutu, right? Like the bear wearing the tutu.
Yeah.
Okay, who is that right in front of me there?
So now you see right in front of you is one of the Reaver dwarves, and from what you know from Bahn's description earlier, this looks like the big boss one, Skewer Skull Splitter, who is badly wounded from a horrifying wound that Kovac struck him earlier. And you were coming up behind him.
I'm coming up behind him. Okay. I'm going to, as I'm kind of coming down the stairs, I'm just going to come at him and try to bite him. Only a 12.
Yeah, he's got better armor, better gear than the others, and 12 is not going to do it.
Oh, is he still stunned, though?
Not anymore. It just wore off because it was just his turn earlier.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'll try to swipe at him again. 24.
That'll do, yeah.
With my claws.
Yep.
Okay. 8 slashing.
Okay.
And then I get 1 extra attack, so I'll go at him again with my claws. A 20.
Yes.
All right, and then that's going to be another 13 slashing.
Oh boy. Yeah, he was trying to cry out and rally just after being stunned, and then a bear just came up and raked claws. And he's literally just like screaming, and you can tell he's just barely standing.
Okay.
Barely.
Barely. If I can't get around him to get myself fully in the room, then I guess I'm going to have to pause there, unless
Yeah.
I can get around it, but it doesn't look like him.
Yeah, you can't quite. And plus, you note that Kovac's on the other side of him. There's a giant boar on the other side of him. You can just barely. I know you physically can't see it, but I'm telling you for your sake. You can just barely at the bottom of the stairs see the crumpled body of Bahn.
Okay.
Barely again.
All right, then that is my turn.
Bahn, it is death save population U.
Didn't he have that thing? That necklace?
Parapet of wound closure. What does it do? I don't know. I forgot.
Might be a good time to revisit that one.
I thought it was
I think you
only when I roll hit
double
dice.
double your.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything for going unconscious.
I think that might be an item you guys have. I don't know who has it and what item that is, but it does sound familiar that somebody's got something.
It's only when you stabilize whenever you're dying at the start of your turn.
Oh,
Yeah, good call. Ooh. Thanks, James.
Okay, so you don't need death saves, right? You just auto stabilize.
Yeah. Get rid of Bahn now. Yeah.
He's
well-
indestructible.
No. I mean, I don't know. How does that work? Because if the next 2 boar attacks attack Bahn dies. Yeah. No. I guess I don't have to roll the death saving throw.
Yeah, I may look at the future. I know 1D&D had some interesting rules about that we talked about before. That how like if you go down again in a fight, then like you maybe have another death save. But it gets weird with the parry. Yeah, that's an interesting conundrum that you auto stabilize. But that doesn't mean you're at 1 hit point. That means you are still unconscious
At 0. Yeah.
at 0. Yeah, you just don't have to worry about death saves, which is still pretty good. All right, so you don't see him profusely bleeding out, but he is still unconscious. So we go to Torben.
All right. So hearing all the extra noise is definitely going to push Torben over the edge. He's going to attack recklessly.
Your 1v1 fights are like the coolest fights.
It's like me and you, Ghost Boar. Yeah, that will definitely connect. 5, 10, 15. The boar, no, I guess it already used its reaction, didn't it? Or did it? Because it's your turn. Or yeah, I guess it hasn't been its turn.
Oh.
Or has it gone?
Oh.
Well, it would go next, right?
It would go next. So I don't think it had. So it doesn't have its reaction yet, right?
I think it does, because didn't it?
I'm saying if
It used it last time when Torben hit him.
Okay.
So, actually, I think, because that was surprise round, it technically...
You're right.
And since
And
you
then
did...
Torben went again.
I didn't anyway, but yeah, you're right. It shouldn't have done that because of if that was a surprise round, yeah. And it's not its turn yet. All right, yep. So that hits, and the boar's looking real fucking bad at this point.
All right, so are you going to reaction, or am I swinging again?
It does not have it until its turn.
Okay. Can I take this down before it does any damage?
21 will hit. 12, 13, 14, 15 if I'm having the necrotic. That works for me. If the board takes 15 damage or less, that would reduce it to 0 hit point. It is reduced to 1 hit point instead as it activates its relentless feature. Tipping my hand about how much hit points it's got, but you can see what looks like a killing blow. The thing just kind of shimmers violently and its runes glow red, and it is still up, but it's barely hanging on.
All right, well, I get that
Barely
extra...
hanging on?
Yeah. I get that extra swing with haste.
You do. Can you get another hit? We had advantage? I forget.
Reckless.
Reckless, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, with haste, you finally do a 1, 2, 3 cut, and you are able to you drive your blade right into its center, and it tries to like shimmer, and it just ends up doing that screeching. And as you do that, the runes suddenly just fade, and the whole thing solidifies into just what looks like a normal boar, although it still looks fucked up, and then it slumps to the ground. And you can hear in the distance, Skewer somehow knows, even beyond those, like, no! It is frozen!
All right, I'll step up on it, leap over then, charge up behind Io.
Nice. Not even hesitate, just whack, 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 and starts running.
And that should do it for me.
Yeah. Alright. Ospor is donezo. We've got giant boar here, though, although we're kind of crowded up here, aren't we? And it's just like huffing and squealing and can't really get to anybody at the moment. Yeah, it's just pacing around, and you guys actually managed to hit a choke point here where the boars can't operate at full effectiveness.
Fill it with Bahn's body.
They took out the one target they could, which is Bahn, and now they're just trying to get at somebody. But yeah, the boar can't really... I mean, it'll hold its action and see if anybody gets within melee range, it'll attack him, but otherwise it's just kind of screaming and glaring and trying to get around everybody else. Kovac.
Alright, I'm gonna try to finish off score.
Yeah, he looks... He looks real bad. This is pack tactics, I think, that you have?
Yeah.
How would you like to finish off Skjor? Because that will definitely do it.
I think I've just been stabbing him this whole time, so then I just get this last one, and I light it up and do the radiant damage, so he kind of flashes, and then slumps over.
Yes. The boss whimpers and says, I had new abilities the DM gave me I never got to use. And then collapses down the stairs and falls down. I killed Skjor! You bastard.
I'll move over here. Alright,
Alright, and this Reaver will try to avenge his entire clan by turning attention to you, Kovac, and he will go reckless, so you all have advantage on him as he has advantage on you. And we'll just roll it twice. 18.
Hits.
Wow, I'm hitting good on these axes, though, for 14 slashing damage. These gigundo axes they're wielding. Only the one attack, though. Oh, there you go. Uncanny dodge. Go to Lucian. You're getting left behind in the tunnel.
Yeah, fine. Oops, fine. Up there. No, that's not. I do not see Bahn.
Bahn is a body at the bottom of these stairs. It's probably hard for you to see past the IO bear also.
Oh, is that him? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm always clogging up doorways.
You see several bodies. Body of the boss Reaver dwarf is on the stairs, kind of just limply laying there, and then Bahn's at the bottom, and then there's a whole gaggle of folks in the bigger room.
Nope. Yeah, if I can't see him, then let's twin a dissonant whispers on those two. Yeah, we got to get in the room. I'm gonna twin dissonant whispers on them.
Okay.
DC 16.
Save wisdom. 16. Is this a half damage or no?
I believe it is.
Wow. Despite not being very wise, one of them does make the save.
Oops, I gotta.
Half damage, yeah.
It looked like it rolled the damage up there. That was the...
Oh, did it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think. Oh, yeah. Yep. 12.
Okay, so half damage on save. So the number 2 took full damage and must use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows it. Fuck, these things are fast. So it's about to haul ass away from you. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Basically just runs, like crashes into the table and throws like the, meat platters and tramples over the log benches and everything as it tries to squeal and make its way down the cave. The first one still stays clogging up the area, though.
Yeah, I didn't see where Kovac was, so I was thinking that was him. So no attack of opportunity.
Yeah, not from... If the first one had
I didn't see
failed, it would have triggered it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, board number 1 will... the dwarf will actually shout at the boar to deal with this bear coming in. So it will take an attack of opportunity from Kovac. Although I believe you just used your reaction to Uncanny Dodge.
Yep.
Okay. So the boar will... Can it charge? Let's see. It goes back. Oh yeah, they got 40 feet. So it'll do the same thing. It'll back up a little bit and then charge up the stairs at you, Io Bear. If it hits you with a tusk attack, 20.
Ooh. Yeah, that hits.
So that'll hit, and because it charged, it'll deal an additional 6 slashing damage. So 18 total, and then you must succeed on a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone as it just rushes up at you and tries to knock you over with its bear-sized...
That's perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Boar versus bear.
Ooh. Oh, it doesn't matter. I have inspiration, but it's fine.
It's your turn next, so you
I'm
could...
up next anyways, yeah, so...
You're hasted, so...
Yeah. Okay. I'm up. I'm like the rubber band. Back up.
Oh yeah, and haste does add to
I-
AC, but I guess probably 20 would still hit. But...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. My AC now is a 13 instead of an 11.
Okay. I gotcha.
As I bounce back up, I'm gonna spring at it, and as I'm in midair, I'm gonna try to bite down at him
Boy.
with a 22.
Yeah. Beast battle. Beast Wars? No, that's taken.
9 piercing.
9, yep.
And while my teeth are clenched down on him, I'm gonna just reach up and take 2 claw attacks at him as well.
Nice.
10.
Does not hit a giant boar, actually.
All right, a 21.
That will.
And that's 12 slashing
Oh
with my
boy,
claws.
it is all kind of ferocious in here. There is some bleeding. There's some hair everywhere. It's getting crazy on these stairs.
Can I, as part of my attack, would I have been able to kind of muscle my way into the room with him when I jumped at him?
As part of your attack, give me a strength check.
Ooh. 22.
22. As I mentioned, this is an epic beast battle right here. You guys are locked. Neither of you giving an inch of space. It is just nasty, ferocious, scary to... You guys are trained combatants, so maybe... And you've seen Io fight before, but to the, regular observer, this would be a terrifying thing to witness at any distance. But yeah, you guys probably like hind legs involved, just goring and going crazy at each other, and it is crazy.
Torben's gonna have to scale my back to get into the room.
yeah. Kind of blocking the way a little bit. Poor Bahn, you get to just dream the dream of the unconscious. Torben, hasted.
All right. I don't know. So can I try and squeeze through here, or climb?
Same rules apply. Difficult terrain to get through. It's just twice as many squares, so that much more difficult terrain. But yes, this would be a hilarious thing to watch cinematically. Is this giant bearfolk trying to maneuver around as these two even larger creatures battle each other in this tunnel, and you have to like duck and weave and like get through.
So I'm envisioning like running towards IO and that kind of when you sort of like do a tuck and roll where back to back over her back.
Oh, that's cool.
Fumble, kind of down into heat. I hope I land it.
Yeah, no, I like it. You can maneuver some kind of fancy acrobatics, and hasted probably helps you as well. Obviously, you've got enough speed to be able to get around. And yeah, you can land pretty much right next to the body of Big Boss Dwarf, and you see Kovac engaged with the dwarf, Bahn unconscious on the floor, and then obviously the boar here, which is about to take a crap ton of damage from the blade. Which does hit. Alright, and you do as one fell swoop as you come tumbling down and just slicing very carefully as like during a moment when both of them separate for a hot second, you just bring that blade down. And then, Io, from your point of view, you look like you're about to charge each other again, and the boar just crumples to the ground.
Alright, well, I feel like that was half accident, so I'm just going to keep the roll going.
I'm going to give you inspiration, Torben. Continue the rampage. My goodness. 19. Force of nature. For 20 damage, this dwarf had not taken any damage previously and is now a little bit bloodied. And starting to see the writing on the wall, I think. And so he screams and yells for his boar to get his ass back here.
Come on! Get
Do
over
I
here!
get that third swing?
Sorry, yes, did I miss? Is that the 25?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You're triple attacking. 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's add that on there, yes. Now looking pretty wounded.
Yeah.
So, because so the first hit was the boar, and then the other two on the dwarf. Yep.
Yep.
All right, he is still conscious, but very bloodied. The boar in the back is also pretty wounded from that dissonant whisper, but it will charge 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 in a straight line at Kovac. We've been pretty effective at the charges so far. Let's see if we can... Oh, I had to jinx myself. I had to jinx it. All the tables in the way, just like it crunches and stumbles, and you're able to dodge out of the way pretty effectively. As it's boring down on you. Kovac.
I'm gonna give Bahn a potion of healing.
Okay. Does Bahn want to roll that, or there you go?
You double that.
I do. Oh well.
Parry
Okay.
up.
I don't know. Yeah.
Parry
No,
up to
I don't.
5.
It's when I roll hit dice.
Oh. I thought it was any healing.
Oh,
Be cool.
It's a different item, I think.
double any healing? Wow.
I think
Yeah,
Should
this is
be-
nice.
I might be.
I was in the strangest place. You were there, and you were there.
I wonder if your experience as Erickson the dwarf is just like a dream now, like a hazy, fading memory.
Yeah, that's how I
It
imagine
doesn't
it.
Yeah,
say, do you forget all that stuff? Like that's weird.
We might have to finally use token fate here because this dwarf is full of targets. But I think Torben was the last one to just deal him a shit ton, so he will turn his attention to you. And these guys, even though like you know that he should be surrendering or fleeing, you don't think these guys are do that kind of thing. These guys just fight to the death. They're kind of half crazy and they live for it kind of in a way, but they're not about to start blubbering or anything. Reckless, so people have advantage on him. I guess I should mark that because we're always forgetting. And he'll attack Torben with advantage, but I don't think that's gonna do anything with a 13 and 8.
Haste.
Yeah, so he is definitely slowing down. Lucian.
Alright. I'll just step up one. Can I shoot past the bear, or
Yes, you can shoot past the bear.
well, if I can see him, yeah. I'll.
It's pretty crowded, but you kind of have a height advantage from where you are. So I think that would negate all the targets.
Oh, okay. It's a step down. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll mine sliver number 2.
Oh, the boar.
Or this one here. I can't see him. Isn't that?
That's Torben.
My
Don't
screen's
mind
dark.
sliver. Don't mind sliver,
geez.
Torben.
I'm sorry. What? Oh, is that okay? Hang on. I'm gonna have to go in.
And yes,
So I
I did
got
mention
5,
the lighting
10.
here is not.
15, 20.
It's not
I
great.
love the fact that Lucian
I can't even
would
get
be
in.
like, I can't see.
I'll mind sliver somebody. Somebody's
that?
getting
I'm
mind
just
fucked in
going-
here.
He looks about the right size. I'll send it that way.
5, 10. I can't get in. I'll just stay back here and concentrate. I'm just gonna.
I mean, you can target
Yeah.
the dwarf from. You want to target the dwarf?
Oh, is that-
Reaver? Yeah, the one. It's in front of.
That's the door.
Torben.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry. And yeah, mine sliver definitely.
All right.
So, yikes!
Intelligence.
My screen is dark. I gotta brighten it up or something.
15 is a admirable
Ooh.
save, but not quite good enough, I think. With this -1.
So 7 psychic.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
Now we'll call it good. Yep.
All right, Giant Boar's dead. That one is. So we go to Io Bear. I'm gonna go ahead and move this thing out of the way because it's gonna crowd everything up.
Charge! And I run into Bahn laying on the ground.
Oops.
All kinds of friendly fire.
Excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, I can get around here, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna climb up on the table and I'm gonna try to jump down on this boar.
Okay.
All right.
All about those
18
beast
with a
battles.
bite.
Yeah.
11 piercing.
Oh boy. All right. Board's looking pretty bad.
All right. Well, then we're just gonna keep right at it with the claws. A 15.
15 will hit. God, I remember this. The sounds must be terrifying too. Just the growling and that horrible squealing sound that freaking pigs and boars make.
I'm having these like nightmare like flashbacks of the flesh from out on the beach, and I'm trying really hard not to like tear into the flesh of this boar and just
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you, but
so
I'm not
that's
gonna enjoy
14
this.
slashing with the claws.
That boar is boarly looking together.
Well, then I guess we'll take that hasted claw attack with a 15 again.
Jeez, yeah.
10 slashing.
All right. With a 1, 2, 3 punch, you down that boar and slam its body to the ground.
And then I turn around and I like just growl in the face of this dwarf to try to attract him in my direction.
Like over his head, like bear
Like,
spit coming over the top.
Like the spit's like running out of my mouth onto
my
his head and
gosh.
just over top of him.
That is terrifying. This dwarf is literally surrounded.
End of my turn.
From the ground, I'll just stab straight up.
From the ground I stab at thee.
12.
12 does not quite do it from the ground.
I whiff, and
Yeah.
I stay on the ground.
You have advantage, but it looks like you already got advantage.
I did
from
roll
the-
an advantage.
Yeah. I stay on the ground. Don't look at me. Torben.
Oh, also, I should roll a con saving throw.
We'll do that in a second. Yeah, but you should,
okay.
yeah. I think we're about to wrap things up here. Torben just absolutely devastating. 20. Give me another hit there. He's looking pretty bad.
That sword's changed you.
Oh shit. That's gonna hurt. Look at all these numbers.
Roll 20 is supposed to do the math for you.
I know. I really
Oh
should.
my god.
30.
Yeah, that dwarf is donezo. You absolutely just decapitated with an epic crit. And all the combatants are slain. We need to go on a much needed break. I thought we could get through the battle, but my goodness, we are so late for our break. Bahn, if you want to go ahead and roll for the lingering injury, which is going to be added to you, I believe.
I needed a 15.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and roll for that, and then I think we'll go on break. A crippled limb. Arm or leg?
Let's see. Even is arm, odd is leg.
We'll leave it up to the
Leg.
gods. All right. Bahn stands up a little shakier.
Yeah, that's where the tusk thing went through, and
Yeah.
the wound's closed, but like the bone is like shattered on the
Oh
inside.
boy. All right, let's take a 10-minute break, and then we will come back. Because I think we got started a little bit later, too, so we might run a little bit later.
makes it more interesting narratively.
All right, folks. I think we're coming back from our break, which is remarkably good timing with the break music coming to a close. All right, so the haste wears off at some point, leaving our two bears a little more lethargic after the pretty rousing melee fight.
Don't worry, it will pass.
Pretty much all of the notable loot in this place. The regular Reaver dwarves just had basic supplies and rations and things, but all the really interesting loot is found back in Skjor's private cavern area, and you find by his bedside there's a lot of very valuable furs, as well as a scrimshod shin bone that has been worked into a scroll case. Both of those items look like they are worth some pretty good money. Assuming you don't mind handling a shin bone. Wrapped in, my apologies, bear skin, leaning on a wall. I know.
This, I mean, this might be worse than the human flesh.
You find a pretty nice but used +1 longsword and shield, and the shield bears an inscription on the inside. And it reads, in common, "If you find this, I beseech you to return my shield and blade to my sisters in Holdremos. Tell them Rangrid Iron Eyes died well." There's also a chest, which you pat down Skjor and find a key to, and can pop open that chest. First sitting atop the chest is a scroll of tanned humanoid skin. And the scroll has 3 seals, which have been broken, so that this scroll has apparently been read, that each bear a different symbol. One of them is a skull and different colors. A skull with red wax, fangs in white wax, and bear's paw in black wax. And if somebody who maybe knows their deities or religion and wants to give a religion check, trying to recognize these symbols, they can.
I'm not proficient in it, but
I've dabbled.
do you need proficiency or no?
If you can just give me a religion check, we'll just see. Maybe you've run into these, you've just seen these somewhere. That could happen.
Oof. 8.
How do you keep doing this?
I don't know.
Every roll's been a tease.
Every roll has been like, oh, but if I had advantage, it'd be fucking awesome.
This is what you would have won.
Yeah. The scroll itself, as you unfurl it, assuming somebody wants to handle a scroll of human flesh, tanned human flesh, the message, as you unfurl it, is written in blood. And it says, "You have been judged worthy to attend and stand witness to the blood wedding. By this ritual we bind the devouring worm and the red goddess in dark matrimony under the auspice of the Lord of Night. Thus we multiply their glory in the realms beyond and increase the power of their followers here on Midgard. Make your way to the Midnight Temple. The ceremony takes place the night of the next new moon. When the pact is complete, we shall celebrate with a glorious and bloody feast worth of sating all the faithful who attend."
When is the next new moon?
The next new moon is at a dramatic but indeterminate moment in the future.
Exactly what it intended to be.
Soon.
It's like Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it's the angry face.
Yeah.
No, that asshole kills you like every 3 days in that game. That's today. Yeah, and you recall that one of the things that you were sent here to try to uncover was this tease of a wedding that was mentioned in Vucas's letter. You've never heard or know anything about this Midnight Temple. That is new information. You do know the Red Goddess refers to Morena, the Blood Goddess. The vampire revere her, and you've dealt with a lot of Red Priestesses and everything else. And the Devouring Worm... does anybody else want to give me a religion check to see? I don't know if you've come across
I'll do it.
the other ones. Yeah. The other one. Man.
I don't think this applies because Bond doesn't know enough about it, but it's I know movers and shakers of like noble courts and governments that I encounter.
Okay. Well, you're going through and trying to remember if any government officials at Zobek were any of these very dark aligned gods. Io, you recall doing some study on this at the basis of whether or not it was just things to look out for, or maybe you had a goth phase you went through when you were younger, whatever reasons you had. You know that, as I mentioned, Red Goddess refers to Morena. The Devouring Worm refers to Verduzane, who is the basically the god that the ghouls tend to revere, the hunger god, and is usually the creed of all flesh would definitely be venerating Verduzane, somebody who's just all about eating. And then the Lord of Night refers to Kernabog, who is typically revered to by a lot of undead or dark creatures as well. So these are all basically evil, dark, aligned gods. Yeah, /Mo.
Have we heard of Kernavog before? Morena and Verduzane we've definitely heard. But
You've probably heard of them, yeah, in terms of like just gives you a shiver down your spine kind of a thing. You might not know like the details of the tenets of, those particular faiths, but certainly things that nobody who's trying to be a functioning member of society would openly worship or be privy to worshiping them or part of their communities or anything. Typically all associated with evil creatures, undead creatures, etc. And seeing what looks like some kind of pact between like the three of them is also disturbing.
Do we get from this wedding invitation that the Lord of the Night is holding the ceremony for Morena and Verduzane?
That's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, you're not sure if it's literal or if they're using like flowery, speeches. Maybe it's like, congregations or communities getting together or something. Or you're not quite sure how that all works. But yeah, just the fact that they're all having some kind of goal that's aligned. But yeah, it specifically talks about binding the Devouring Worm and the Red Goddess, which is Verduzane and Morena. Under the gaze, I guess, or of Kernabog.
Didn't they say that there was also another group of sisters up in this area as well?
Yes, the ones, in fact, that's mentioned by the inscription from Rangrid Iron Eyes. Holdremos is the one that High Priestess Yagoda did call out as saying they would help you all if you sought any aid from them. They're Sith followers, and they live in this very rough country, but they keep their lands safe from reavers and undead and giants and all the various threats.
What is the boat situation? Are they like waiting for us? Or
At the moment, yes. You haven't really given them an update on that, but they kind of expect you to go out there, check it out, and not spend, probably more than a day here. In terms of that big ship that you left back there, right now you just have your little kind of rowboat that you came in on. So they are expecting you to return. And you would know just from your basic geography of knowing this world that it would be far faster to reach Holdremos via the ship than trying to go from land from here. And you're not even sure you could effectively get to land even from this cave without even, getting in water in the first place. So
When I was walking around, there was a boat just north of here. Also, a larger ship. Like, in the next room.
yeah, slightly larger, kind of a maybe not one that's meant to even go like across the sea, but certainly one that's seaworthy and is designed for like speed and just invading other ships and stuff. So, but yes, your fading memories of a long ship.
It appealed to Bahn because he thought he could be the captain of that ship.
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe three or four times the size of your rowboat. So again, not huge, but certainly bigger than a little thing.
I've got a problem, though. My the wound is healed, but I can't easily put weight on it. I must be carried.
Io will go over and kind of grab you by the scruff in her teeth and
Like a kitten.
toss you up. Yeah, just like a kitten. Toss you up on her back.
That's better.
And I think in your, I'll say to you in your head, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
No, I'm crippled. But thank you.
And Owlbear looks very scarred and battle-worn from that fight, too.
It is weird hearing your voice, though. And, instead of you growling at me, I'm used to that.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to talk gruff when I was in bear.
Whoa, nope. Go back.
I did forget to mention I got distracted by the letter. The inside of the chest did have loot in it, though. It had a bounty. Looks like it was from maybe their most recent raid of coins. 85 copper, 602 silver pieces, 153 gold pieces, and 6 platinum pieces. Also, 12 pounds worth of silver bars. It's apparently worth 60 gold pieces. A bloodstone circlet. I think it's supposed to say circlet. I wrote down circle. Worth 250 gold pieces. A mahogany harp. All of this obviously looks stolen from, whoever they raided last. Worth 100 gold pieces. You also find a poem, like in a book, it's like an epic, like Viking poem of some hero against the great ice serpent, and the whole book is held in this like black leather case that's like got gold trim on it, and looks like it's worth 50 gold piece on that one. You also find 2 potions of healing, regular healing. That is everything in the chest. And then plus there were the furs, the shin bone, scroll case. Technically the +1 longsword and shield, although it does have the note to please return it to Holdremos. And then the bloodwedding invitation, which looks like was somehow given to these dwarves and had, you know, all the seals, like official shit on it.
Sounds like we need to go back to the ship and have them take us towards Holdremos.
Is that part of the money we've already spent, or are we going to have to pay them again? Actually, it was paid for by Jost, wasn't it?
Yep, you did not pay. You don't have to pay anything
Yeah.
for the ship. Yep.
If it's a free cruise, then sure.
Yeah, because if
Start
you,
to head out.
yeah, you guys can. Unless you wanted to check out that their ship, did you want to take look at their ship?
Well, this way you don't have to turn into a crocodile if we try to take their ship.
Well, this is a bigger ship, isn't that?
You guys can go check it out. It's.
I don't think she'd have to.
Yeah, up in the dock
At the
area.
very least, we should sink it.
What?
So they can't. They don't have any use of it.
I mean, I can't move and I can't shape into a crocodile right now anyways.
Anyway.
Like, none of us know how to sail, right?
Details.
How hard can it be? You just put the rudder.
Figure out how to
Steer the wheel.
Does anybody know how to, I like everybody would push off and then look around. Does anybody know how to sail?
Now make it go.
I mean, I would be worried if you're thinking of taking this ship all the way. I would be worried that we would be attacked. We would be confused as reavers, as thieves, right?
Well, we're going into their den. We could probably get close to them before they realize it's us.
Wait, are you saying that the Sif will attack us?
Yeah, if
No,
they defend the Sif defend their territory against reavers.
We don't have to take
If we
I guess I was thinking that 2 ships are better than 1. And we don't have to take this ship all the way in.
Oh.
We can have our own boat. Do you know how cool that is? Look, I can't really do much anyway, so I'll just appeal to you all, even though I think we should definitely take this boat.
you can row. Your arm's not broken.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, the worst thing that happens is we crash it on the way out, and then we just take the rowboat anyway.
I like it.
So we're going to try to take their boat back to our ship.
I thought we had to go up north here.
Well, they're waiting
have to
for
go-
us.
Yeah.
And we also don't know how to sail.
How hard can it be? As I hobble like a pirate, like with
Yeah.
a peg leg.
As you all start hopping on this boat, Io, you see as you get closer with your excellent perception, there are runes surrounding the boat, hidden just below the waterline. And you call out to say something, and at the same moment, all of them start trudging onto the ship, and these runes start glowing a deep blue color. And as they do, the water around this boat churns and suddenly kind of it rocks a bit. And then to the side, you see the water itself gush upward and then form into this humanoid creature.
Oh no! I thought it was like a power boat.
Take the boat. Take the boat. We ain't done yet. I'm gonna need some initiative here.
I knew my intuition was telling me to stay away from that boat.
Yep.
And I dropped form.
And Bahn won't die.
Bahn won't die. All right. This would be surprising, but as I mentioned, there was a lot of things that happened. Yeah, some build up, so you guys were kind of knew something was coming. So no surprise here for either side. Kovac, you are the first to react to what looks like an elemental of water.
I will take out my bow, steady aim, and shoot it.
A 22 will hit with the steady aim. That's probably like the best thing they gave rogues, I think, is that steady aim.
Yeah.
For 20, you note that an elemental, the arrow pierces, and it looks like it diminishes a little bit, but not quite as much as you'd probably be hoping. Bahn.
I just want my boat.
The boat's got a security system on it.
Vicious mockery.
They paid for the top of the line security.
How hurt are you looking, by the way?
On a scale of
To
1
a
to
normal
29.
person or to Bahn?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 29, I'm a 6. But I mean, can you tell? Like, really? Anyway,
I mean, yeah.
So vicious mockery. Yeah. So he fails. It's 3 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
And have disadvantage. Dang. Okay. Is viciously mocked.
And
long as
I
it
sit
can
down on the boat.
Hear you. It need
I don't
not
stand up.
understand you. I like that. Like mockery is just like a universal language too. It's like you're just giving the finger or something.
You look like a puddle.
Io.
Okay, well, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on my good friend Bahn.
You shouldn't have done that. Thank you.
Oh, trust me, I'm questioning it with every ounce of my being. 6 healing.
Okay.
And
the power.
I guess I'm going to cast. I'm just gonna Thorn Whip it and see what happens there. For a 22.
Yeah.
That's 8 piercing.
That is magical, so that magically whips him, and that's the. Is that the grabber pole one?
Yeah, but I can't. Like I can't
You don't
see
have
anything, so I don't have to pull them. But
Okay.
I don't really see what's happening, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be advantageous to move them or not.
Wait, are you blinded?
I can only see like right around me.
Because wouldn't the
'Cause I
attack
don't
be
have
disadvantage
vision.
then?
Yeah, it would be. You're right. Yeah. There's no light out here. You're right. I was firing blind. Yeah, I'm gonna give you disadvantage on that. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Good call. 15.
Kill me and I take it away.
15 does it.
Still 8 piercing,
Wait,
and you hear in
can't
your head.
see.
Take it back.
But she could hear your whimpering and whining, which is why she was able to target you with a healing word, I think.
So what I imagine is like, all the stuff, the boat starts rocking or whatever, and this water elemental like shows up as like not a geyser, but like it lifts up next to the other side of the boat.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
Awesome. And then you thorn whip it.
Yeah. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, this thing is going to try to read some of these capabilities. It's going to tidal wave itself onto the boat.
That's the worst.
I was trying to think of the verb to use. How does water move again? And it will attempt to. Let me make sure I got this set up correctly. Whelm. Each creature. It can enter a hostile creature space and stop there. So make sure this is set up correctly. And this should. No, each target. Start of each. Okay. Yeah, let's do it like this. And it will just like roll around like a mini tidal wave as it crashes over onto looks like Kovac and Torben. Oh my goodness, that's such bad damage. Each creature in elemental space must make a DC 15 strength save. On a failure, a target takes 7 bludgeoning damage. And it is also grappled and restrained and unable to breathe. If it's successful, then you just get pushed out of the space.
Oh, I forgot to turn off. So,
Nice.
15.
Fuck you guys. Excellent strength saves, including a nat 20 from our 0+0 rogue over you. Both stay strong. You just plant your feet. I don't know if anything happens if you... or you get pushed. If the saving throw is successful, the target is pushed out of the elemental space. Yeah. Yeah, Kovac, you can actually land right here on the edge of the boat. Yeah. So you guys may just dodge out of the way and kind of get crashed around a bit, but otherwise don't take any damage. And we go to Lucian.
Let me see if the imitation. It's a risk, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to try to levitate this thing. Unless I think it's over 500 pounds.
It's just gonna rain.
Water is pretty heavy. I don't know how much water it's supposed to have in its volume.
If I feel it's on the edge, I'll do something else.
I have no idea how much
It's
water is supposed
huge,
to
yeah.
be comprised.
All right,
It's
let
large.
me dissonant whispers this thing then away from here.
I mean, I feel like if it was,
It's a
the
large.
size of, like, I don't know, what is that, a troll or something? A troll is going to weigh 500 pounds, and I think water would be heavier.
Water's
Yeah.
water's 8 pounds a gallon, I believe.
This dungeons.fandom.com
Yeah.
has a thing that says water elemental sizes,
8.1%.
and large says 2250 for pounds, 2,250 pounds.
Wow, yeah, okay.
Ouch.
That's
so
huge.
yeah, definitely
It's a hard thing to levitate.
dissonant whispers.
Yeah. I know I gotta drain my fish tanks when I'm moving them, so water's pretty fucking heavy. That was not a fun of the moving process. Dissonant whispers, yes. Wisdom. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's why this one's a security guard. It's just not making smart life choices. For 12 psychic damage.
I would have came over here, I think, before I cast that.
Yeah, so that way it goes this way.
Send it, yeah.
Off the boat.
Yeah, off the boat.
Yep.
All right, so now it has to move as far as its speed allows from you. So it's immediately going to dive off the boat, taking attacks of opportunity from Torben, Kovac, and maybe Io. Io probably has disadvantage, she's not on the boat. That would probably be pretty tricky. All those are hitting. My gosh. Ah, stupid rogues in
You
your...
want me to roll something or no?
You can roll with disadvantage, yeah. 25. Or no, it's not. It's yeah, you both have magic weapons, so it is 25. And then blade is 17. Good lord, this distant whisper is like, the comboing is sick. God damn. Alright, that thing just took a horrific beating. And it, like, dives into the water and goes down below visibility. Because it has an incredible swim speed, as you can imagine. Just... But you all did a number to it. So, awkwardly, we're still in combat, but you don't have... yeah, you don't have any kind of vision of it at the moment. You just saw it dive under the water. You know you did a lot of damage to it, though, and it seemed like it was very diminished.
All right. I'll hold action to whack it with my sword if it comes back in range.
Okay, Kovac. Dive into
I'll
the...
steady dive into the water.
like knife in your teeth.
I'll steady my aim and then hold my action with my bow.
Okay. Overwatch mode, go. Bahn.
Lift the anchor! Drop the sails! I'll hold Vicious Mockery for when it comes back up.
Io. This is gonna hurt when this thing resurfaces.
I am holding Thorn Whip
Oh my
for
gosh.
when it resurfaces.
Alright, it is coming up next. This is gonna be hilarious because it's gonna do the XCOM thing of just triggering everybody's Overwatch attack as it pops out of the water and tries to charge at Kovac, who's right there at the edge of the boat, but that's gonna trigger literally like all these attacks, basically.
Is mine still at disadvantage?
Yes, since your visibility is lacking out here. And Torben, I don't know if you had a ranged attack prepared, or if it was just melee.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. So
Torben assumed it was just coming right back up on the boat.
25. Short bow hits for... No, the short bow is not magical. 7. Io does hit with a Thorn Whip. And Bahn hits with a... Or I guess I need to make a Wisdom. Yes, indeed. Hits with a... Vicious Mockery and that's the one that's... Disadvantage?
Yes.
Alright, despite all those hits, it is actually still barely alive as it crashes up out of the water and just tries to bash into Kovac, but it has disadvantage on its next attack. Oh no, the water elemental could do disadvantage. 18? Yeah. Let's see if it does the damage. Aha! I guess it was just those sheets. For 13, and then I take it the other one is a normal hit then?
Normal attack, yeah.
Alright. Ooh.
Miss.
That is a miss, yep. And then we go to Lucian. The elemental's looking pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Take out my pocket watch and try to Ray of Frost that guy.
Yes.
7 cold.
As you shoot water with frost, you see part of its body freeze up, and it literally slows down a little bit as it's trying to like scrabble back onto the ship and maybe claw or grab at Kovac, but part of its body is just freezing, and you see like it's slowing down.
Nice. That's all.
Wait.
I got.
Maybe there's a way to control it. Why would they put runes on their boat? I don't know about the runes that I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you never saw any of that. You just saw you stepped on the boat and a fucking water elemental popped out.
Never mind.
For all you know, it's the elemental's boat. He's just pissed that you're taking it.
It's my boat.
I was just slapping right here. What are you doing?
Well, Torben's gonna lean over the edge and try and whack it with his sword and hope that the frozen damage makes it, or the fact that it's frozen makes it more.
Yeah. Has he ever missed with this thing? Holy crap.
I don't think I have.
That's nuts. Yeah,
I can't roll a decent initiative to save my life, but
that's the
I guess
one
it
saving
was
grace, yeah. Yeah, so the combo from Lucian's freeze as it slows down, and then Torben just comes up and just slices it and just explodes like the freaking T-1000 being frozen liquid nitrogen. Just. And then the runes around the ship fade. As Io says, "Hey guys, I think this don't get on the ship." But now you pause.
I think we're safe now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else comes out.
Well, now we gotta take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have earned it. And this is not like a huge like sailing ship. It's a little, long ship thing, and you think with a bunch of oars and just rudimentary knowledge of like what direction the wind is facing and how to work. Somebody maybe knows how to tie a rope. Between the 5 of you, I'm gonna assume you can at least make it to the ship that's parked out there. Maybe just at one point, just like listing to the side and just taking this. It's just hilarious watching him. I think it was Io that did have or somebody had a point though, that like you do look like a Reaver ship coming at your big ship that you came out of. So did you have some kind of plan for? Obviously, they've got spy glasses and things, so maybe you're just waving. I don't know.
I'll cast produce flame and just.
Don't say
Yeah.
cast light.
We can just
Light our
use
faces up.
Yeah.
like something and write not like Reavers, right? Like
Just try to put a big X over
Big
the.
slash.
Circle with a slash.
Yeah. Yeah, when you return to the ship, Captain Sigurd asks you all, like, "Did you find what you're looking for?
I honestly forgot what we came here to this
You
game.
left my rowboat there.
We got you an upgrade.
We upgraded it.
He says that, but he's like half joking, and as soon as you say that, he like you finally see him crack a smile, and be like, "This is a fine ship you found, though. Yes. Take it you dealt with the Reavers who owned it."
Did you know they were eating people?
I'd heard some rumors.
And there was this like translucent boar.
Now you're just fucking with me.
I had a Scandinavian accent for a bit.
That was weird.
You kids. You're translucent boars.
we've got to go to some place called Holdremos. Holdremos?
Ultramose.
Yeah. He nods and pulls out a map, and you all can see how obviously getting to Holdremos versus the sea was going to be a far faster opportunity, as you can kind of go into this inlet up here. And yes, he says as a courtesy to Yagoda, and he knows the area well, he can take you up there, especially if you've added this ship to his fleet, I guess. Do you share? You mentioned some of the creepy stuff. Do you share any information about the letter, or share the like sword and shield or anything? You just tell him we want to go to Holdremos.
Bahn wouldn't have any reason not to talk about what was found. I don't think he's trying to keep anything necessarily close to the chest with this guy.
Yeah, because he's a trusted friend. What's that? He's a trusted friend of Yagoda, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was recommended by her, and he seems to be just he has a very dour personality, as you can see, but he's been pretty on the level for everything you guys have needed. And if you show him the invitation, he's very creeped out by it. Like, he's like, this is evil written all over it. And if you show him the sword and shield that's got the inscription to Holdremos, he will kind of nod thoughtfully and mention that the Holdra, the shield maidens, they venerate their slain with a grand feast. It would be a blessing to Sif and everyone if you returned these items to Holdremos. He seems to be even more in favor of taking you all there.
It really seems secondary to the bloodletting thing that there's being talked about here, but I can't walk well, so they'll probably be able to help me with that.
He says, I think if anyone knows more about this blood wedding or this, he kind of shivers, midnight temple, it would be. If it's here in the Northlands, the Holdremos might know more. Or the Holdra. I would ask them about it, but maybe don't lead with that. Maybe go with the returning of the sword and shield first. So we can montage you guys as you take a boat ride back on the ship. Technically, you wouldn't long rest yet on the ship, but you will soon reach a place. You basically go on about a 3 or 4 day trip. Pretty uneventful. You might see some danger here and there, but nothing you guys can't handle as you make it to deeper into the Northlands now. And he knows his way around, and he points you to a small village that's on the coast. It's maybe about 20 miles from the coast, called Marsh Hollow. And he mentions that the way to get to, the easiest way to get to Holdremos that he knows of is to get to this village, and then the village is on a river. Excuse me, and then you can take, you can rent a little skiff or rowboat, and or I guess you could maybe even take this ship if you can convince him to take it from him now, since he seems like you were giving it over to him. up to the city of Holdremos. But when you arrive in Marsh Hollow, first, when you part ways with Captain Sigurd, he oh shoot, do I need to turn on the lighting on this one? Let's see. Yep, it is on. There we go.
Nope.
Map.
I can see it.
Yep. So this is kind of an inner, this is actually included in the campaign book. And you guys would be down here. I forgot. I should grab your token and put it on there. Let's do that. Yep. So we would drop you off. Basically, right in here is about as far as he can go. He can't really get into the river. But you guys could take that ship if you convince him, you need it, and he already seems like he's halfway there. He says he's willing to wait here at this area, like kind of, drop anchor and hang out near Marsh Hollow for maybe about a week or so. After that, he would probably have to, get back to his duties of going, kind of ferrying people and going back and forth, and then check back in with Yagoda. But he's obviously doesn't want to like leave you guys stranded up here. So he said he's willing to, if a week goes by and you guys haven't returned, at least to Marsh Hollow, which is where they'll be hanging out. Then he says he'll basically stop in maybe once every 2 weeks or something, just to see if you guys are alive, basically.
Bahn would definitely try to persuade him to let us use that boat. And then
maybe at the very least, have some of his crew get us up to Holdremos, and then they can take it back.
Bahn would propose that we hire them maybe with some of the gold that we found in the chest. That we were able to take all of the treasure that we found on our newfound boat instead of the rowboat.
Yeah. He seems less reluctant to part with his crew just because he looks at all of you and kind of knows the shit that you get into, and his crew are not he's careful not to downplay them or anything, but he kind of says it we're not seasoned adventurers here.
This is more a hireling thing than you actually doing stuff for us.
Yeah. He's like,
They wouldn't even have to leave the boat.
I've heard of hirelings with adventurers. They are often the first to die. Give me a persuasion check, though. We'll see how we do. It's decently persuasive.
17.
Yeah. He says that he will spare 2 of his hardiest crew to help basically run that ship, and then to help, and then ostensibly to take you guys along the river. But he still recommends stopping in Marsh Hollow anyway, and obviously you guys need a rest. And he knows you could get. He basically mentions Marsh Hollow. They're a small village, and they're not. They're friendly enough to outsiders who are not Reavers. So as long as you come in as just
with our Reaver ship.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's true. he does mention we need to have a montage of a makeover for the ship for sure.
Right.
However you guys want to design it, you can hang out here for a hot second, but don't fucking pull up to any of these places you're going to in a full-on Reaver ship. It's not gonna go over well. You all can. So how would you like to decorate the ship? What do we?
Bond
What do we?
paints his face on the side.
And the ship needs a name. It's bad luck not to have a name.
Oh man, on the spot's always hard.
Yeah.
Bond would recommend
Carve yourself on the front like a mermaid.
Arms spread wide.
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, at the very least, we could put our colors on it.
Melancha, to name the boat Melancha.
Okay. Named after, gosh, that's an impressive callback. The council member.
The council.
Yeah.
That he's worked for.
Yep. That I think literally rescued from that first big dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
In Zobek. Yeah. The Melancha. And then, yeah, you definitely have to redesign it with at least different colors and a flag and things, which Sigurd is more than willing to help repurpose it. But with that, you all can pull into Marsh Hollow. And I guess I'll ask you guys, if you feel like you have the time to long rest, then this would be a good long rest opportunity at the village, which they're... they're wary of Reavers, but you all come in, as kind of normal travelers, and even if you name drop Sigurd, the locals seem to recognize that name and stuff, so you have no problems getting room and board or anything. And the sailors...
Only we knew when the new moon was.
It's, looming. You don't there'd be like a little bit of a timer on the screen. It's not like you're desperate to like, holy shit, we got to keep moving all the time. Like, you definitely have time to rest, but you also don't know anything about this location and how far it is, so you're not sure.
Bond would push to rest now.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you all can enjoy a long rest in Marsh Hollow. Do I need to put your tokens on this map? I just realized, to help you with that. Let's throw some tokens on here. Guys fought a pretty big battle.
Do we know how long of a trip it is from Marsh Hollow up to Huldremos?
By river, I believe. You think it's only going to take about 2 days. Not too bad. Yeah, and it's not that far. It's just that these are kind of wilder lands, so a little bit more dangerous. But yeah, you all enjoy a long rest at Marsh Hollow. Enjoy not being on the sea for so long. Like, we just montaged. You guys were just on the sea for like 4 days after the cave, and having to deal with all that. And then you can make your way. Oh, go ahead.
Can Bond pay for somebody to like paint on the sails whatever symbol the Roachers use from Skirtle's Roachers in Zobek?
What symbol is... I'll let you decide that.
Yeah. So it was the rampant roach, I think.
Yep.
Like he's just going to describe like the tavern icon, like that would be the sign on the outside, and that's basically what the sail on the ship would be.
Which nobody else outside Zobek would even have any idea what this is. So yeah, I like it. Yeah. It's just some cool, unique symbol. Probably something to do with a bug or a rat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like a it's like I'm gonna say it's like a cockroach on a skewer. Like just a roach on the skewer.
There you go.
Yeah.
On a verdant field. Yes, so you got a bitchin' boat with your 2 hirelings, and going to the river. The first day is very uneventful. It's very wild and swampy in parts. It's a very swampy area. This is the Shieldfall River. And then on the second day, as you're going north, the area is just growing really, really dense and kind of creepy. Even though it's daytime, there's just so many trees and everything around that it's almost like dark with just shadows flitting in and out. And it's just overgrown with these huge trees. And after and you have to like slow the whole boat down to get through everything and not run into branches and roots and things. And then you pick up the sound of roaring and shouting in the distance. And your hirelings help kind of pick up the pace. And as you're going, Torben, you particularly recognize the sound of bearfolk in the middle of either distress or battle. But the rest of you can easily hear roaring, but particularly Torben, you would instantly recognize the sound of your people, as you don't hear it too often. And soon you spot the source of the commotion as you get a little further along the river. You see a skiff that's definitely smaller than your own, kind of the one that you would rent at Marsh Hollow, kind of listing on one side, and you see a pair of bearfolk on board. One of them appears to be struggling with a large, elongated arm hanging from a tree overhead down, and a powerful, hairy claw is lifting the bearfolk off her feet, while the other one tries to wrench her ally free. I think that is where we are going to end this session of Empire of the Ghouls. Trouble just seems to follow you guys around.
Funny that.
Yeah, that's every D&D party. All right. Thank you to Brandon, Corey, Dory, Genocider, and John for playing. And thank you to all the patrons for helping make these sessions happen. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons: Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplayer, Roll, Christopher, Brian, Corey, Koa1337, Big Nut, John, Scott, Gene, Eric, Tyler, Nathan, Camp Crystal Lake Counselor, Big Shep, Andrew, Daryl, the Relderin, Matt, and Captain Woody79. And gold patrons: RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Lucky Spots, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Refus, Carolyn, William, and Jerry. Thank you all very much for your support.
Thanks.